Hi, my name is Joshua Miller. I'm a recent EKU graduate. I worked at the library for about 3 years, and about a year of that, I worked out in archives. We have a number of very interesting collections down there. They're not things that you would find in the regular library collection. Um, we have a wonderful genealogical collection. That's an excellent stepping stone for people into that. We have a collection of books by local authors all throughout the state of Kentucky, many of which are only available down in special collections. We have a wide variety of college-related documents, old news releases. We have a wide variety of college-related documents, ranging from old news releases. We have a nearly complete collection of the senior theses downstairs, and numerous other documents. We have a wide variety of primary sources also, ranging from presidential letters. We have a first edition of Clay's autobiography that he wrote. Um, and we don't just have print sources either. We have an extensive collection of photos and paintings that they're constantly working on digitizing. So a lot of this stuff is also going to be available on the website. Um, just last year, they opened the Oral History Center where they're digitizing copies of all sorts of things like speeches and oral interviews taken over the years. So those are accessible online now as well. Um, and most importantly, I guess our best resource down there is the staff. They're very helpful and very knowledgeable, and they can certainly help find anything that you might need while you're down there. So be sure to take a visit. Thanks.
The university archives are located on the first floor of the Crabb Library at Eastern Kentucky University. The university archives were established in 1976 and contained a wide variety of materials that relate to the history of Eastern Kentucky University. Some of these include the official and personal papers of past Eastern presidents, files of the newspaper, student government records, campus photographs dating from 1906, films and videotapes of Eastern athletic events, and memorabilia donated to the university by members of the faculty, staff, and alumni groups, just to name a few. Their mission statement is that they support the research needs and enhance knowledge of our community through the preservation and accessibility of selected historical resources. According to the EKU Library website, William H. Byrd was inducted into the 1995 Hall of Distinguished Alumni. William H. Byrd, class of 1957, did far more than teach history at EKU for over 3 decades. He breathed life into it, not only for his students, but for the entire Commonwealth. As the founder and former director of EKU's Oral History Center, he helped preserve an important slice of Kentucky life. In the archive office, they are attempting to digitize different interviews, stories, and other types of old media. They can retrieve this from a variety of media such as reel-to-reel or cassette tapes. Oral history is very important because people can capture stories that don't make it to paper or press. For example, in the 1950s and 60s, many newspapers would not cover much of the protests that occurred due to segregation. Interviews from people that lived and experienced this is a great way to remember the past. Control of temperature and relative humidity is critical in the preservation of library and archival collections because unacceptable levels of these contribute significantly to the breakdown of materials. Other sections of the archives include things such as family papers, memorabilia, and even Kentucky high school sports championship tapes and records. Many people come to the archives to relive their glory days and see themselves play basketball or football in the 1970s or earlier. If a student wants to do research using a piece from the oral history or any of the archives, he or she can come to the office in the library and let them know what to retrieve. Afterward, the student can use the reading room, as this woman is using, to review the tapes or old newspapers.